So the TG Zen burns are exploding right now as we speak, which means one thing, we got another one. Yes, another great contract that is going to help you burn some Zen. Let's get it. And also we gotta talk Chainlink. Listen, they have a major upgrade that just went mainnet live that could change the cross-chain bridge / interoperability game forever. If you like layer zeros and whatnot, this could be a game changer. So stick around, stay tuned, like and subscribe. Let's get straight into this one. Let's get it. Now, TG Zen burns are live. First principles of crypto contributions to Zen burn eligible for what? XN airdrop. Yay, the X1 blockchain, it's coming. 1-to-1 peg allocations delays for TG Zen price increase, limited supply. So connect your wallet. It's going to go over to your Zen on ETH. If you have some liquid Zen on ETH, you can easily burn them for your TG Zen allocations. As you can see, the total Zen burnt. I'm always hyped up when it comes to a new contract that is going to help us burn some Zen, you know. $12,000 as we speak right now. This number's going up, which means this is roughly around maybe 12 billion or something like that. If you divide this by the actual price of Zen, it should give you something around that, somewhere around there. 12 to 13 billion Zen, still good. Let's get it. I hope this one here would have a Zen Doge effect. It might not, but you remember Zen Doge on the first day when they launched, they managed to burn 1 trillion Zen token, knocking a trillions of the Zen supply, which was absolutely phenomenal. That was crazy, man. Shout out to Zen Doge to this day. Somebody need to revive Zen Doge, bring it back to life, burn it or something, create a contract that, you know, hey man, I like Zen Doge, you know, I like Zen Doge. That concept was great. Zen price right now, and this is the TG Zen price, of course they are minting. The circulating supply right now is about 26 billion. And this is how much TG Zen are left to be allocated for future burns and whatnot. So if you don't understand TG Zen, I'm going to let the dev explain it with this great Twitter space that he did. It's basically a reflection token. And if you guys know, as soon as I heard reflection, my mind goes through one man. And I found a picture of him on Twitter. Listen, Jack, I got a problem with Jack Levin today, bro. Jack, you know who this felt? Okay, let me just show you this picture. Bam, look at this. Jack, you know who Bank Teller is? Jack, I don't think Jack know who. Jack, look at Jack, bro. Jack, see, this is the problem. Jack, you don't know who Bank Teller is, bro. There's a gentleman on YouTube named Crypto Bro. I think you might have heard of him, Jack Levin. Please ask him who Bank Teller is. Or maybe Trevon, they'll tell you who Bank Teller is. I've been in DeFi for a while. If you know, look at the elephant money head. How did Bank Teller meet Jack Levin, bro? Bank Teller, what is this, bro? Bank Teller often comes to this channel, guys. He likes Nakamoto crypto, you know. He jumps into my lives. He comments. The other day he came on, Nakamoto, update your subscribers, bro. But elephant money is pumping to the moon. Let's go. That's BT, the king of DeFi. If you know what bankroll flow is and all these other contracts, Bank Teller have a slew of them on the blockchain, sitting right there waiting on you. His reflection tokens, though, often don't reflect. But we like Bank Teller, you know. At least he's trying. He's one of the OG devs in DeFi, you know. So when I heard TG Zen, I said, oh boy, it's Bank Teller. 100% have to be Bank Teller behind this TG Zen contract, because TG Zen is doing reflections. But, you know, all jokes aside, shouts out to TG Zen. And yeah, just listen to what the dev is going to talk about. He's going to, you know, briefly explain the contract Tgxen and how they're going to allocate these tokens and whatnot. Take a listen.
I believe we can get started. Clout just made it in on time. He's going to be squeezing up here on the speaker panel. Thank you everybody for participating and being here on time. I was doing a little test run space earlier. I don't know if you want to start off by explaining TG Zen a little bit about the project, the protocol, the team, yourself, and then I'll run down with some questions, and then we'll go from there, and then kind of break the ice.
Yeah. What's up, guys? I guess I'll start with doing just a quick little description of TG Zen and TGC to start it off for anyone in here that doesn't know or hasn't heard in depth how it works, and from there we can ask some questions or keep moving, whatever you guys want to do. So TG Zen is pretty much a basic reflection token. Instead of there being a fee on trades, there's just a fee on burn, and it's not a fee to you or anything like that. There's just two TG Zen tokens pretty much minted when you burn one Zen token. One of the TG Zen tokens goes to you. The other TG Zen token gets distributed amongst all the holders of the TG Zen token itself. So obviously, we're not just talking about one token at a time. Someone comes in.
Similar to Phoenix allocations, bro. It's a 2-to-1, 2.11 to 1 peg kind of thing where one is going to be distributed every time you mint. Like it's actually minting two, but then one is distributed and the other one goes to you.
And burns, let's say, 1,000,000 Zen. They're going to get 1,000,000 TG Zen, and then 1,000,000 TG Zen will get distributed amongst all the TG Zen holders based on how many tokens they hold. So that's the easiest way to break down the game theory and the tokenomics of it. As time goes on, every day, a time delay will occur for 3 days. So let's say on day 3, you are now going to have to wait 9 days for your TG Zen allocation. The people receiving the copies for just holdings will also have to wait. So both the burner and the holders will wait for that allocation as time goes on. After every 10 days, the distribution to the burner only will get an increase of 10% of TG Zen. So as time goes on, let's say you're at day 50, instead of someone burning 1,000,000 Zen and getting 1,000,000 TG Zen, they will now get 1,500,000 TG Zen. And this was implemented to keep incentivizing people to burn later on, even though they're having to wait the time delay. And there be incentive for waiting that time delay. Let's stop there just on TG Zen, and let's hear if anyone has any questions.
All right. So you basically heard the tokenomics and whatnot. You can replay. You can go to this Twitter space and replay it. And so you can catch on. This is about an hour long. I'm gonna cut it here, but just to give you a glimpse of what is going on with this TG Zen stuff. So this contract could, it could go, but it needs more support behind it, and it'll be dope. I really like this though. When they just tweeted about 4 hours ago, they said, "Yo, you can burn your Zen today. I think Zen on ETH, and receive an airdrop of the TGC tokens, the TG Zen token on pulsechain." Which means that TG Zen could be moving over to pulsechain, and that'll be dope because they know the fees are cheaper, and people would be incentivized to do this. This is what I like about some of these projects, because they're smarter now, which is good. This is dope because they're realizing, you know what? If the gas fee is just jacked up, hey, Jack and the Silicon Valley boys has jacked up the Ethereum fees because you know the drill, bro. If it's not Jack Levin, it's probably somebody else. But ETH fees always been high, all jokes aside, whether it's before, after Jack Levin came into the scene, even before that, ETH fees was up to the roof. That's why people are creating these other competitive chains. This is why we need Fastnet X1 chain, our own blockchain with all of these projects combined over there. That's going to be epic, So projects like TGs and what they're doing is dope. Zen Shiba did something similar where they said, you know what? we're gonna launch over to Matic, and they just focused on Zen on Matic, and they did some crazy numbers in terms of burning. Yo, we need to cover more Zen Shiba. Trust me, Zen Shiba's been killing it. With their NFTs and their tokenomics. So they gamified the system to the point where people are incentivized to play for the NFTs and Zen Shiba tokens becoming more and more scarce. They're doing all of these mechanics behind the scenes to help these protocols. And on top of that, it's a win-win for everybody, because it's actually burning Zen on Matic, on Polygon, off of the supply, which is, hey man, shouts out to all of these projects in Zen thriving, bro. So let's get straight to this Chainlink story. What is going on? Because as you all know, I've been a huge Chainlink fan. Chainlink is the altcoin that kicked the bull market of 2020 after the Bitcoin halving. Even in 2019, going towards 2020, Chainlink was actually the best performing altcoin, period, during that bear market. This thing went from like under $1 to like $10 or $5 or something to that nature. And then during the bull market, it ran all the way up to $50 because they doing, something similar to what Polkadot is doing, parachains. But Chainlink was doing oracles way back in 2018, 2019 and whatnot. And now they're doing cross-chain bridges, blockchain interoperability. This is what they're focusing on. So for the people who are saying, layer zeros are better or this one and that one, and listen, they always make this mistake. I've been here since 2017, and one thing I learned is that Ethereum always has the first mover advantage, despite the high gas fees. Vitalik is working on that. It might come, it may not come, but I think it will come. But Chainlink also, in its lane, like for what it does, in its lane of work, its competitors are almost next to none. Chainlink's biggest competitors are these two entities, right? Number one is layer zeros, and we're going to get to them in a minute. And number two is this Alexa, which I really like. Now, Chainlink, the CCIP cross-chain interoperability upgrade is simply because of, these cross-chain bridges that has been hacked. Many of them, Ethereum bridges, been hacked before. Last year, one of the biggest ones, Harmony Bridge. If you remember, I've covered it. When people realized, Binance is actually centralized because $100 million Harmony Bridge, and people was talking about Binance nodes and Binance. I'm like, yeah, Binance is centralized. CZ is always pushing for decentralization and more competitors to come into the market, and this is what Chainlink pretty much did. They are unifying all of this stuff, this CCIP stuff, cross-chain interoperability. They're going to simplify it to the point where you won't even need a bridge in the future to be able to get into, for example, pulsechain to Ethereum to Cardano network to Binance to all of these chains. They are unifying them all in one, and it is going to be super easy because they are targeting now user interface, like user experience, a better user experience. If you noticed, the other day I covered it here. I said, Vitalik is talking about a better user experience next bull cycle, and this is what he's planning with ETH gas fees. And once he lowers it, Chainlink already got the biggest market in terms of DeFi cross-chain interoperability stuff. And this is layer zero, seamlessly connected blockchains, but they mainly focusing on-chain interoperability. If you pay attention, this is what layer zero would enable, the realization of cross-chain applications with a low-level communication primitive. Now, layer zeros has been running a little while before CCIP Chainlink because they try to beat Chainlink to the punch. But the problem is they mainly focusing on chain, cross chain. Whereas the one that I'm paying attention to is this right here, Alexa. Alexa powers the interchain future. Alexa is mainly focusing on Web3. They mainly saying, hey, you know what? Communication between Web3 wallets, Web3, MetaMask, Nami wallet, Cardano, all of these Web3 wallets and whatnot, Web3 DeFi protocols, lending, they go deeper. They go features, lending, everything that is going on into DeFi. Their infrastructure enables dApp users, decentralized applications, these dApp users to interact with an asset or application on any chain with just one click. This, in my opinion, Alexa is Chainlink's biggest competitor. People are out there talking about layer zeros, layer zeros, layer zeros could be the next narrative, next narrative, next narrative. But if you pay close attention and you really take a deep nosedive research, I've been looking into this for a while now, you would realize that, Alexa could be the one that pull it off. But the problem that Alexa has and layer zero has, it is once again the market that Chainlink has as being a first mover advantage in terms of these cross-chain interoperability. These other two, they don't have it yet, Alexa and Layer. So people are more incentivized. Look how long they waited for CCIPs to go mainnet so they can finally try to use these things, to be able to move from chain to chain without any bridge, because the bridges hold liquidity. You give me your money and I burn these tokens over here, you get your tokens over there. But then hackers realize, you know what, I can just flash loan them. I can pump fake them and say them, here's your tokens, and then pull it back quick. By that time, the bridges already gave you tokens on the other side. That's why you've seen so many bridge hacks. It's like the oldest trick in the book. Chainlink is stopping all of that now by saying, you know what, direct links. Now we are eliminating these. So in the future, there will be no more pulse chain bridge, none of that. Richard Hart is paying attention. He's peeping game. If you notice, he actually started to use this now, change now. For example, if you can, any token, Bitcoin, Cardano, whatever token you have, you can literally come over here and just type, swap to PLS, post chain. Boom. 0.01 BTC. I think 2.8 million post chain tokens. Yeah, almost 3 million pulse. This is the easiest way to bring money into the post chain ecosystem without using the post chain bridge. You see how powerful this is? I've been using Changelly for many years now, since 2018, buying Electronium and all these other coins, just using swap exchanges. Now, Web3, one thing it has done effectively is to use these swap exchanges without even the need of these major centralized exchanges. Now, money is slowly leaving those and trickling down into these swap exchanges. If you look at Simple Swap or Quick Swap, they all realize the game now is to make sure that user experience is easier. So instead of dealing with Ethereum bridge to pay so much money to bridge it into post chain and then bridge back out, you can just use some of these swaps. So these Web3 limitless crypto exchange like Change now, they're going to be huge players next bull market, because people are going to realize, I can just do this without using a bridge. Chainlink is trying to unify all of that and directly linked these, eliminating the middleman bridge. This is the powerful thing. Cross-chain interoperability at its finest. Now, you can go the layer zero are going to be the next thing. People just speculating, nobody knows. But I'm saying the first mover advantage always goes to Chainlink, because they've been working on this for many, many years, and people are most likely incentivized to go here first, because this is where the liquidity is. This is where it's easier to swap. And the fees might be a little bit higher, but they're going to take time to trust layer zero. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, for example, shout out to Zenify. They linked with a layer zero company that are doing, that will enable these cross-chain swaps. Because if you look at Zenify, that's what they are bringing into the game. That's why I like them. They're trying to unify all of these chains. Every 60 days, you get your Zenify tokens that are actually paying you in fees, passive income, and all this other stuff. That's really, really cool. But, I'm hoping Jack and them would look into these cross-chain things and whatnot, Could be a layer zero, Alexa, bridge. This is for X1. I'm talking for X1. That's why, shout out to the Libra wallet people. They're looking into something like that too, to maybe, enable X1 to have a better user experience, because all of these chains, they're going to need liquidity super fast. And through these cross-chain interoperabilities, like Chainlink, like everything else, is pretty much where you're going to have liquidity be able to come straight from, for example, Binance to Cardano to all these other 10 chains where Zen is launched, to actually go on to X1 super fast, super easy through these Chainlink, CCIP, interoperability vehicles. They're just vehicles on the blockchain. They facilitate these things through these layer zeros, through this Alexa. I really like Alexa, guys. Take a look into Alexa, bro, because they're not playing. They're bringing in heaps. Look at this, 2 billion transactions, 70 plus validated nodes, and it's dope, man. There's a guy that was talking about, how these validated nodes, if you just happen to be part of them, you can make a ton load of money via these cross-chain bridges on a day-to-day basis. All of this stuff is being set up, and it's gonna get simplified to the point where the next bull market, there's a competitive edge now. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like up the video, share it, subscribe for some crypto content. I have been Mr. Nakamoto Crypto, and I'm out.